Oh, no. Of course I'm live, and it happens every time. What's going on? World Wide Web. Daddy, you're angry guy. Said, you know what? Yeah, it's Thursday. Let's just do. And why not? Because in all honesty, what have we got left? Oh yeah, that's right. We're down to 16 figures. I will say it now. Thank you to everybody who chimed in their vote. On this for the third. Had some surprises. But hey, it's kind of like any other tournament. You're going to have surprises. Oh, let's see. Maybe I need to message some people or some shit. Forgot one person said, hey, message me, message me. Anyways, what started out as 128 figures is now officially down to 16. And what a 16 we have left. I wonder if it's this light causing this. Yeah, I never did go back through and watch my video last week to see if it was still choppy. But anyways, figure tonight we'll do something slimy, something fake, and go over the Sweet 16 because, like I said, we had some surprises. Yeah, like I said, some definite heavy hitters that are still heading on through into the Sweet 16, and this is where I think it's going to start getting a little interesting because, like I said, we started with 128 characters. We had a plethora of figures. Now we're starting to cut them down. And next year, I have no intentions on doing 256 of these things because it would suck ass. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and kick it off. We're going to start with the Sweet 16. I keep wanting to look over there because that's where my camera or my screen's at, even though I got the camera right there, screen here. Anyways, so let's start off with who's left in the 8th bracket, which means they're going to get seed number 8 next week. Whoever wins this 8th bracket. So both of them won by a score of 7-2. It was kind of amazing. Oh crap. I'll drop everything. During the competition, but anyways, see who takes home the 8th bracket and gets the 8th seed. We've got Evil Lynn versus Filmation Hordak. Anyways, that's the 8th seed. That's the 8th bracket. Oh, where can I put them? Just about. All right. So, for who gets the 7th seed, and it was, I'm going to say surprising, but when we're talking about, you know, where I was saying earlier, we're going to start getting things a little interesting. Well, here's where it became interesting. But, you know, it happens. But anyways, for the character that defeated the Ultimates Faker 7-2, we got Mr. Scareglow. He's moving on here into the Sweet 16, competing for that 7th seed. His opponent, who won by a score of 8-1, and it's not a surprise because it was against the Prince Adam figure. Another one that I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. But I'm talking about Clawful. So for the 7th bracket, take the 7th seed. Who's going to do it? Will it be Scareglow or will it be Clawful? Oh, man. And yes, I will have the voting up in the at some point tonight. So we can finish off this bracket. Here we are. We're now, it's on August 1st. It's supposed to be a July special. It happens. Nothing ever goes on time. All right. 6th seed, or I'm sorry, 6th bracket for the 6th seed. All right. So, both of these came out uncontested. Their opponents didn't get a vote one. They won by a score of 9-0. Both of them did. So for that 6th bracket spot, or 6th, will be Filmation Trapjaw, or will it be Mr. Whiplash? That's your 6th seed. All right, for seed number 5. All right. He won by a score of 6-3. Mr. Snakeface here. And his opponent for that 5th seed to win the 5th bracket, the dude that won 7-2. And I'm talking about the Ram Man. So there you go. Oh boy. All right. So we'll move on to the 4th seed. And what's going on here? All right, 4th seed. This is straight out of a mini comic here. So, Now look it up here. All right. Or for the 4th seed. All right. For the one who won 6-3, we've got Ultimates Tila and her opponent who won off a last minute vote, because otherwise it's going to be tied up and what he's going to be doing will decide. Beastman. So he won 5-4 over Rat. Surprising. Actually, not really. Radlord, I honestly thought he would actually end up moving on, but oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Come on, people. Always during my live shows. But anyways, winner this is going to take the 4 seed, and we'll be facing, pretty sure the winner of the 5 seed. All right, now I can't win, people. Of course, I guess it'd be better than last time where I had to do like this and actually make a phone call. All right. Here came the surprise. And it was in the 3rd bracket. So winning both of these came down to last votes. The last vote. Winner 5-4 over Dynamode was the Sorceress, and her opponent, who also won 5-4, because they remembered what the hell this thing looked like. Really liked it. Was my custom Death Botto. So he lives to see another round. But he's got some tough competition, Sorcerers. Like I said, both of these won by a score of 5-4. But that's for your 3 seed. Now for the 2nd bracket finals. Take that 2 seed. Let's see. Got to look at the scoreboard here. All right, winning 9-0. We have the Anti-Attorney He-Man. Opponent who won 7-2. The Red Beastman. Oh. All right, now for the final spot for the number 1 seed. All right. Anyways, number 1 seed will be winner by a score of 7-2, Modulok, and he will be facing another one who won 7-2, Hordak. So there's for your 1 seed right there. So, and so yeah, there's your Sweet 16. Like I said, winners of the 8 of each bracket will get seeded. I'll probably do a little video tomorrow after I get the polls up, and we'll show who, you know, show the seating bracket. What's up, Mr. Castillo? You missed the Sweet 16, but I'll run it through for you real quick. 8th bracket, it was Evil Lynn versus Filmation Hordak. 7th bracket, it's Scareglow versus Clawful. 6th one is Filmation Trapjaw and Whiplash. 5th is Ram Man versus Snakeface. 4th bracket is Ultimates Tila versus the regular Beastman. Bracket 3 was Sorceress versus Death Botto, and both of those won by a score of 5-4. Bracket 2 comes down to Anti-Attorney He-Man and the Red Beastman. And bracket 1 is Modulok versus Hordak. So I'll have the poll up later, so way everybody can go through and vote. And then tomorrow I'll put a thing up, showing a seating, or no, it won't. Next week I'll show a picture of the thing, and we'll go from there. But anyways, what's left out of 128 figures, we're down to 16 of them. But all right, so that takes care of that. So, Mr. Castillo, since you are the only one in the house, I'm going to give you. Yeah, I know the collar shirt ain't working. Been a busy day, an aggravating day. Figured why not take my frustrations out on some toys. So that's what I'm doing. I know it just don't work for me. I mean, this is like me work. Of course, wait a minute. This is my second job. All right, so I'm going to give you a choice. What we talk about first, will it be something fake or something slimy? I'm going to leave that choice up to you. Don't break them, just send them to me. All right. Something fake. All right. Let me get my Book of Doom back out. I had to set it down. Kevin, you're going to hate me tonight. Dun, 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 dun. The Book of Doom. Or as I like to call it, my script book. Hey, where'd that other paper go? Dun, dun. Oh. I don't know, Kev. You might see what I've got back here. Kevin, these right here have come in wonderful for page dividers. All right. So for the first time in a good while, we're going to go back to something this was originally built on. Do the original setup. But I'm going to do two things tonight, and that's why I said something fake or something slimy. And really, my cat's going to try to interfere tonight? Anyways. Roll Tough Faker. he was introduced in the Filmation series, magically created by Skeletor, full of sorcerers. Only difference was his glowing eyes and metallic sounding voice. After a short battle with He-Man, Faker fell into the burning castle Grayskull. Short-lived for the feller. After that, in the 83 mini comics, they showed him blue with a chest piece and orange armor that looked much like Skeletor's. His soul appearance showed him that he was a longtime member of the Evil Warriors. He was summoned to help Skeletor to help prevent Randor from piercing the veil between. But he was defeated by Randor and the Sorcerers when Randor's spear flew straight through Faker's chest. Now, he was supposed to return in the mini comics. They called Ring of Dreams, but that was never released. Sucks. I'd really like to see the artwork and stuff on that one. See how that was supposed to go. The 84 UK World Annuals. Skeletor could temporarily make Faker look like He-Man. You know what? Well, I mean, in the Filmation series, he looked just like He-Man. But like I said, with the glowing eyes. Mini comics, showed him with the Skeletor orange chest piece. And I wish I had some pictures of the different ones. It sucks because I know my vintage Fakers put up. Waiting for that new office to get done. He was still blue in the World Annuals. And for a time, he was held at the Prison Star. Because mainly he was known throughout the galaxy as a mass murderer. So, we'll start to see a little bit of things that could be used for later on in later canons. Let's see. The 84 German audio plays. He was constructed by Skeletor and telepathically controlled by Triclops. Almost defeated He-Man, but was ultimately destroyed by He-Man when He-Man decapitated Faker. Damn, Faker didn't need to lose his head over it. The 86 UK Comic Mags had a more individualized personality. All right, I'll let you have that one. So he was a magical creation, not a robot, created by Skeletor to ruin He-Man's name. He developed an intense rage and hatred for He-Man after He-Man defeated him in their first battle. Wanted to surpass He-Man's power and challenge Skeletor. Blue-skinned in natural form. Could temporarily take He-Man's form before, I guess, Skeletor's spell would wear off. But whenever he was in his natural blue form, he was always shown wearing Prince Adam's exact outfit. And when I say that, I'm talking about the original mini comics Prince Adam that had the blue vest on. I swear this is becoming a common thing here. Come on, Furball. We can all hear you outside. Look, here's your bed. Give him it. I know he's gonna climb right up here. He does it every time. But yeah. So I mean, for those, I mean, they, show his natural form. Looking like Prince Adam. Look, happy now? Huh? Happy now? Hmm? All right. Now, from there, we wouldn't see anything else of him until till Mattel did the classics. But while he did not officially appear in the 2000X series, they did make a 2000X figure of Faker, and the writers did intend for him to be a part of it, because they intended for the holographic He-Man robot that was created by Man at Arms to be turned into Faker at a later date. But so we all know that lasted 38, 39 episodes, and then that was it. So like I said, and then we don't see anything of him in anything else. And then here came Mattel with the classics figures. And the classics came provided a different backstory for Faker. He was it was based on an intended backstory from the 2000X series. So it's kind of interesting there. They go this route. He was originally built to double as He-Man when He-Man was forced to retain his Prince Adam form early on. Faker was damaged in his first battle and abandoned, tossed into the scrap heap in the Royal Junkyard. Triclops would find him in the Royal Junkyard, reprogrammed him, and gave him blue skin per Skeletor's orders. Faker was able to go through and trick the Eternians into believing that He-Man was secretly a blue-skinned Gar. By doing this, he was basically Faker managed to breed distrust for He-Man amongst the Eternians. This also allowed Skeletor to frame He-Man for King Randor's death, even though, and I discussed this during the Christmas or the December specials with the He-Man Prince Adam thing, Randor was actually sent to Despondo's courtesy of Skeletor. This deception allowed Skeletor to go through and conquer Eternia, drive the Masters underground, and dissolve the Royal Guard, which the dissolvement of the Royal Guard, which was caused by Faker, ultimately was what really led the Horde into invading Eternia, and thus we get the second battleground, which Faker did participate in. Well, Kevin, I see your comment about the more Faker figures. I think that's what Super 7 was trying to do with the Ultimates Filmation He-Man. But I'm like you. I think they could have, maybe Mattel will get into this with the whole Origins thing and where they're doing, comic-based stuff like that. Might get your wish. In a battle with He-Man over Skeletor's invisible ray, some of He-Man's essence transferred over to Faker. Actually, I'm not reading a book. It's, like I said, it's my script book, and it's stuff that I took off of notes from the character guide. That's why I keep looking down. Like I said, with everything, just oh. Let's see, where was I? Okay. He struggled to comprehend the goodness that was emanating from within himself. Briefly protected He-Man's son Dare, seemingly sacrificing himself to save Dare from assassins. However, when he sacrificed himself, basically his original programming from Triclops reasserted itself, rejecting He-Man's goodness. So later on, he got banished off to Eternia, or to Anti-Eternia. Banished off Eternia to Anti-Eternia. There he's a double agent, reluctantly serving He-Man, posing as an ally to the heroic Keldor. That's basically it on Faker, with the exception of this one little side note that I did find. The 2002 MVC Creations established the existence of a parallel universe, and that the He-Man of that parallel dimension was in fact Faker. Surprise, surprise. All right, so took a look at his backstory. Now, like I said, my vintage Faker is put away in storage somewhere. Don't have that overly expensive 2000X Faker. But boy, we got plenty of other Fakers, including the little Mega Construx Faker. Believe it or not, complete with the little chest piece, and I don't know if you can see it underneath there or not, underneath his armor. He's got the orange Skeletor armor along with the orange sword and axe. I'm coming to that, Kevin. Now, all right. So then we had the loyal subjects, which we never got a Faker. However, custom ones could be made, and I took a shot at it, and I never finished this one all the way, but I started on one, a regular one, because you can pretty much take him in, turn him blue. But then I'm going to plug Joe Model Custom Creations for this. Joe went through and he did like this really badass looking one. And his shield is actually setting up on the shelf over here with the rest of the loyal subjects. He did the battle armored Faker, which I thought was pretty cool. So at least, I mean, in some way, we could still make ourselves a loyal subjects Faker. All right. Now we go Mattel versus Super 7, in which you asked me about this a while back, Kevin. Now, at the time I didn't have one until this past week. So I was pretty stoked about this because it helped with everything. All right, so we'll start out with the Super 7 version here of Faker. Came with the regular He-Man head, along with the sword or swords, because they even gave him the Akala sword and the half sword. Hi, buddy. Along with that, they also gave him a Akala style Faker head and the battle damaged head. And we're gonna look at the differences between the Mattel one and Super 7 one here in a minute. And then something that was noted to me by this was a weight difference between the two. Now for the Mattel one, which it only came with the regular head, shield, sword, and axe. This one didn't come with the split sword. Now, I've been asked this question before, and they're both the same height. But anyways, so you look at the two. One, let's look at the armor. You know, you get the differences in the armor along with the belt and the gauntlets. Super 7 one gave you just a black belt, black gauntlets, clean orange armor. The Mattel one gave you a silver, the silver with a tint of black bracers and the belt, and a darker orange armor. Now, the other difference is Mattel didn't bother to put the chest piece sticker on there. You know, it shows that he's got the, you know, the chest piece built into him compared to what Super 7 did manage to do with the Ultimates. You can't see it in there. Now, me, just because I can and I do, with the Mattel, when I decided, you know what, I want to spice it up a little bit, I made him like a Filmation faker head with the glowing eyes and blue skin. And then I gave him a long-haired, battle-damaged head with actually brown hair on that one. You know, for me, I was like, I had Faker start with, you know, when I got the Ultimates one. I like what they did different with the shields and the sword, or not sword, but the axe. Without a doubt, you know, more detailed color to it. I do like the armor though on the Mattel one, and just the overall look of it. But you know, Super 7 did remember the piece, you know, the chest piece, so that was a bonus for them. But what I noticed was the Mattel version is slightly heavier than the Super 7 one, which, you know, we've talked about before. You know, they're the materials they make stuff out of. So I mean, yeah, that's why I said you'd be angry. In fact, I ended up actually with two fakers, and you've been like asking me, man, you got a regular faker? And I didn't have it until like earlier this week. I happened to win one from a certain lucky place. It might be a little legendary. Damn 3-year entry party. But, you know, kind of makes me wonder how the Mattel faker would have held up in the tournament. Like I said, overall, man, I wasn't too impressed with the Mattel one, just due to the fact they didn't put the chest sticker on there. They went with that darker blackish red hair, like he was a mix between from Anti-Eternia a little bit. I don't know what they were going for on that one. The Ultimates Faker. I still ain't had too much to complain about other than like the ankle joints on it. Other than that, that's been about it. Other than that, it's a pretty damn sweet figure. Even though it came from Super 7. All right, so we took a look at Faker. I cannot win with this cat. Guess he just wanted. Yeah, and the chest mechanic should be on. And I'm gonna see if I can't find another one and see if one doesn't have the chest mechanics on it. It really had me kind of curious. But everything got me with Mattel was in order to get the battle damage head, you had to go through and get the Intergalactic Skeletor in order to get the head. So, like, whatever. Are you comfortable there, bud? Can't win. But anyway, so yeah, that was my look at Faker. Everything. I was like, I can't complain too much about the toys. I really can't. Let's see, put these up. Someone makes those chest mechanics and look. They probably do. You know, I don't know if I want to mess with it or not. I might at some point. Might at some point do that. I swear my desk up here is like a somewhat of a mess here because I mean the stuff I'm using for tonight's show on top of I've been working in the mad scientist lab here. Trying to work on something new and different about it. All right, Garfield, we're going to have to chat here, buddy. I swear, if you're going through and trying to make or mold your own armor for anything, it's a pain in the ass. Kevin, you know what I'm talking about here. Because a little side project I'm working on for custom figure I'm making, I got it made. I got Man-at-Arms armor made. And I think I've probably talked about this in some previous video, but this sucker's going to completely glow in the dark when I'm all done. It only took me 3 attempts at getting that armor done right. Only 3. All right, so yeah, now it's slime pit time. And believe it or not, I've got 2 versions of the slime pit sitting here. I've got the vintage one, and then I got the one from 2000X. And it's going to be really funny because of what I'm going to talk about here. All right, for the slime pit, in 83 mini comics, it was a gruesome structure located at the bottom of Hordak's dark domain on Etheria. It was so terrible it could only have been hatched from evil. The slime was the most horrific as it turned its victims into mindless slaves for Hordak. In the Princess of Power series, the pit was used to sap the energy from prisoners. Located on Beast Island, surrounded by a pile of bones. The vat of slime was hated by prisoners, but loved by the slime pig. Gonna really have to watch Princess Power again. I don't think I ever remember a slime pig. But yeah, I mean, basically, Hordak took his victims down there, sapped their energy from them in the vat of slime. The 86 Marvel Star Comics. It was considered the most horrible torture chamber possible. It was used by the Horde for dumping slime onto their enemies for torture. The 86 UK comic mags depicted the pit as a deadly trap set up by Hordak. He would imprison people and drench them in the slime of evil, turning them into mindless slime monsters. Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Of course, you know, maybe it was there. We just didn't never notice it. The 87 German Yappa Comics. Basically, it was a sacrificial altar that was located near the fright zone. In order to please the powers of evil, the victims was held tight by a claw, basically, and it would dump the green slime over them, thus suffocating the victim. All right, so that's all we really got on the slime pit, and I kept looking. I really couldn't find anything else on it. All right, so come on, what this book is, Kevin. It's actually my I call it Angry Guy Volume 1 with artwork done by Mr. Roy Stiffy. I had him do a what was it, that Savage World Jason Voorhees with my face in front of like Castle Grayskull and all that. And then I think I showed you this awesome artwork, also done by Mr. Roy Stiffy. I'll have to get him on here one of these days. He-Man, Balance, Skeletor. So I keep all my notes in for these shows. All right, so now it's time to take a look at some slime pits. And yes, I'm going to pluralize that because, well, there was 2 versions. Now, there's the version that we all know and love so very well. Had, come on, I know it ain't stuck. Oh, there it goes. Had the claw on which would hold the figure, and I have a victim for tonight. That's trying to escape me. Thus, it would hold that, and I'm going to make it sit there for a minute. Are you going to get off me now? No? Maybe? Yes? See, I was starting to prep things for making more parts for that glow-in-the-dark Spirit of Man-at-Arms. You want to get down on your bed now? Yes? No? Maybe? Alright, so we had the old trusty slime pit, and I don't know if my slime here is still any good or not. Oh, yeah. Alright, now, I made this thing where the head was kind of removable here. Sorry, Kevin. This is going to be like so torturous for you tonight. Come here, old slime of goodness. Come Load the old slime pit head, the old dino head up. Sorry, buddy. Ha 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 ha. You'll be all right, Kevin. Be all right. It's slime time. Which, you know, this stuff right here wasn't much different than the slime that we got with the slime pit. A little bit brighter in color, but still, you know, it did what needed to be done for the purpose of this video. Sorry, Kev. Had to happen, buddy. All right. Hey, get back here. All right, so we're gonna set that over. And let's face it, it's probably, to me, it seemed like the Horde accessories, the Fright Zone, was like two of the coolest non-vehicle, non-character accessories that came in the Motu lineup. You know, it's really kind of cool looking. And let's face it, we all had a blast with it going through, and I don't know how many times it happened, but I know I probably dumped the slime on a Buzz Off, much like the poster that came in the Masters Universe magazine. Countless times. I think I slimed He-Man a time or two. Pretty sure I slimed Skeletor too. Now comes the other slime pit. And I did not know that this existed until this past March, when I went to Comic-Con here in Lexington. And my wife happened to see it. It was still in a box. And to be honest, I wish I'd left it in the box and hadn't unboxed it, put together, because the only thing I had to say was, what the fuck is this? How could they call it the slime pit? But anyways, like, found this, and she found something else that was mint in box. It was 2000X related. And I have the box in here. I do have the box. It is called the Master Universe Mutant Slime Pit. This box is a little faded, and the plastic on it was yellowed and cracked. I think that's why I went ahead and took it out. But yeah, it kind of looked like that. I did not know they had made a slime pit for this thing, or for anything in 2000X. And it did come with slime. Believe it or not, it's not really usable much anymore. Kevin, you don't want to see what Man-at-Arms looks like right now, buddy. But it came with like one of those the Bone Warrior that Skeletor made. Our Mutant Warriors, what's called on here. So All right, I gotta bring out the mutant warrior. Yeah, buddy, still here. Back up our Orko, you annoying little twerp. Yeah, you don't want to. Hey, there's my Legends tank top. All right, so this 2000X slime pit. Basically, you can make it look like, you know, this thing, you could fill the thing up with slime. And I'm going to show you this thing here in a minute. Make it look like this thing comes out. Slime, put slime in it and on it. Now, this thing would literally pop apart. You could put slime up in this chest piece. Let He-Man ballot. And there it goes. That would pop off. Get down. This thing would break apart like so. And you had like little organs on inside there. Like I said, you could go through and fill this thing up with slime. Like I said, I never knew this little thing, this entire thing existed. But anyway, so yeah, so there was that. But then you could literally go through and fill the back of this thing's head up. And I guess it's time to show this abomination. Can I see the box? Here's the box that it came in. The little mutant warrior was right here. So you can tell it's sun. I had it sitting in the sun way too much because you look at the other side and it's all bright and vibrant. All right. Here we go. This abomination. It came with slime now after. See when this thing was made. I would say 2002. So after 17 years, slime was still here. This stuff's like damn near watery, really sticky, so I didn't like using this shit. But I kept it. This was your slime pit. Had a little thing where you could basically bring the figures up through, and when you did that, dump the thing over and have the slime loaded in the back of the head. It'd come down and just slime them. Would you stop clawing my chair, you butthole? I kind of like this chair. But this was what we got for the 2000X. Slime pit. This is why I don't work with co-stars. Always getting in the way. Gotta try to be the star of the show tonight, don't you? That's the only thing I fear is had to do something with the snake men, but sorry, Kevin, you weren't meant to see that, buddy. I'm gonna slime a cat with this shit. Coming up on the thing clear. Oh, the vintage ones won't come through, but yeah, come through. Dump the slime. I didn't try this yet, Kevin. Sorry, buddy. Now I think I know why they went with the runnier type slime. It says it's supposed to happen. Yeah. Anyways, that was the whole premise of the idea on this. Come here, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely seen some. Get off there. Look, trying to get all the slime back up off of him. Be happy. Do this during the show. See, look, he's all right now. Look, he can just sit there now. Slime put up. I'm sorry, I still like the vintage version a lot better than this one. Felt like an attorney, huh? You know, some people enjoy sitting there just lavishing in something here, and then all of a sudden some mean ass goes through and just dumps all this on him. And now it's a slimy, gooey, freaking mess. Boy, I get to have fun cleaning off here. I personally hate this version of the slime pit. I really do. It just don't have, I mean, yeah, this looks like something the Snake Man used for something, especially with the snake head compared to the dino head, everything with the horde and all that. They should have, this is one of those things they should have never screwed with. Sorry, Kevin, I had to do it. Believe it or not, that's actually the first time I've actually used that slime pit in that way and everything. Because it wasn't until I got looking at this box again and I noticed it and I was like, oh man. I still don't, I mean, I just don't care for this version. I don't know what they were thinking when they made it. I mean, it does look cool and all that. Ugh. Slimy, greasy gopher goo. Like I said, I'm the one that's got to clean all this up later. Yeah. Anyway, so all right, so all in all, though, you still got to appreciate the original vintage slime pit. Yes, while the 2000X one does look all right, it didn't make much sense. It's never shown in 2000X. Why they did, of course, you know, I said that about a lot of the vehicles and stuff I've seen in it. I've seen given out. But I want to find some different slime for this thing. I could probably have a blast with this. Post a different video of like me sliming characters. Anyways, so as a look at the slime pit, a look at Faker, backstories on both, and a look at the Sweet 16. Like I said, later on I will get the poll on that one posted so everybody can go through and vote on it. After I go through and clean up this slimy mess here. Thank God Super 7 never made a slime pit. They have different color slime, yes, they do. And to be honest, it ain't that hard to make slime. A little bit of a borax soap, water, and glue, just regular white Elmer's glue, you know, mixed to the right proportions, and you can make slime. And if for the coloring, you can get a particular dye for it, or do like I did and just use a little bit of paint mix in there, and you can make all kinds of different colors for slime. But yeah, like I said, that's taking a look at everything. Next week, all right, next week we will look at the bracket for the final 8. Like I said, I have made some glowing slime before. Now my youngest stepdaughter, she enjoys making slime, so maybe I'll put her up to that this week. And then make sure it's enough to where it'll go through the 2000X slime pit and slime another Man-at-Arms. I mean, find something to slime. maybe I might learn it, or maybe I might enjoy this better in time. I don't know. I'm still so, I guess it's just where I'm just so used to being able to put the slime there in the dino skull, dump it over, let it ooze on out. Could be the thing. But anyways, yeah, we'll have the winners from the Sweet 16 announced next week. Seen that? Yes, I'm an asshole. I'm the asshole. I call this show my therapy. No, it's pretty bad. I'm sitting here and I'm looking back at this list now. Let's see. Mattel, E-Day Custom Creations, Super 7, Mattel, Super 7, Mattel, Super 7. So 12 of them are Mattels, 3 of them are Super 7s, 1 E-Day Custom Creations, and it's funny because it's survived so much, that one. But anyway, so like I said, next week we'll have the 8 winners, have them seeded, see what happens. Now for next week, what should we do other than the bracketeering? Can't do that. We've done that. Hordak, I'm saving for something special. I will come up with some. And Death Bottle did look really cool. He really did. It was like it's probably like one of my 2 favorite customs that I've made, to be honest. You know, so I mean, it did. It looked really, really cool, really badass looking. And I guess you can say in a way, I guess I'm kind of glad that it's made it this far. But this is not up to me. This is up to the viewers. You know what? I think I can make that happen. Next week we'll talk about Mossman. I'll get some glow in the dark slime made and we'll slime something. Not promising it won't be a Man-at-Arms figure, but we'll find something to slime. I tell you what, yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do Mossman and Evil Seed. There you go. That'll work. And next week we will put Super 7's 5.5 Filmation Hordak into the slime pit. That's what we'll do. That works. Castillo, the only problem I have with doing that with the Evil Seeds and the differences between them is the whole idea of I don't have the Filmation Evil Seed. I've got the one that the classics come out with. I never did get a Filmation one. So now if I happen to find one somewhere this week and can get it before do the show next Thursday, then we'll do that. If not, we'll go another route. Well, let's do it this way. Next week, we'll do Mossman. Evil Seeds on the shelf. We'll see. Might happen, might not happen. Like I said, we'll look at the final 8 in the bracket. Like I said, that point means 120 figures have lost. I missed the faker. I missed one. And this thing was supposed to have had orange hair too. Somewhere, but it's the little Lego faker. I don't know where his orange hair went running off to. This looks so mean looking. Forgot I had him. I just happened to look up. But yeah, we'll do that. I used to have a plethora of Mossman classics. But I tell you what, if we don't do Evil Seed in with the Mossman, I'll take a look at Procrustes. That'll be a short-lived look. But anyways, I am E-Daddy, your angry guy, your angry toy guy, your angry Motu toy guy, whatever you want to call me this week. Or the angry daddy. Yeah, Lego Faker went bald. Got frustrated with trying to beat He-Man. It turned him bald. But anyways, till next week, like I said, I'm E-Day, your angry guy. And remember, keep on collecting. So that way this line never dies. No matter how bad some of the stuff we get may be. Mattel, if anybody from Mattel sees this, now that you're putting stuff back out, you better not fuck this up. Till next week, y'all.